Hi everybody, welcome to my Facebook Live. Have you ever heard of the Clean Your Plate Club? Maybe you were forced to finish what was on your plate when you were a child. And maybe as a child you resented all of the drama and the rules around food. And now, years later, you have issues with food. Are you one of those people who feels like you always have to clean your plate? Are you someone who continues to eat even when you feel full? Are you someone who must feel stuffed to know that you are full? We've all had issues like this. I know for me, when we would go to an Indian restaurant, I would say, one more bite, one more bite, one more bite. And I would be so full afterwards because I just love the taste of Indian food. And I'd say, next time, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop when I feel satisfied or full. But then we'd go to the Indian restaurant, and sure enough, it would happen all over again. And I was never able to break this habit until I used the emotion code on myself to clear the unresolved negative emotions that were causing this behavior. So which of these 4 things from your childhood can you relate to? You had to finish what was on your plate even if you didn't like it. You had to eat it all if you wanted dessert. You were forced to sit at the table until it was all gone. You were punished or sent to your room for refusing to eat what was on your plate. All of this drama and the rules around food growing up has now impacted us as adults. Being forced to eat when you weren't hungry or being forced to eat food that you didn't like has created trapped emotions that are stored in your body. We call this emotional baggage. And this emotional baggage from the past, they're unresolved negative emotions. And these unresolved negative emotions are triggering either emotional eating or overeating behaviors. Hi everybody, I'm Juanita Ecker, certified emotion code and body code practitioner. Today's topic is how to delete the habit, custom, or belief that you need to clean your plate. And maybe some of those things that I just listed, you are now doing this with your own children. And so you're repeating the same patterns over and over and forcing them to eat when they're not hungry or to eat food that they don't like. So today I'm going to help you uncover why this is happening, why you have the belief that you need to clean your plate or to keep eating when you feel full. So let me ask you, what would it feel like if you could stop eating when you felt satisfied? Or when the food tastes so good, you could just, leave food on the plate. For a lot of people, that would feel amazing because they're not able to do that right now. So today, I'm going to show you how to delete your clean plate habit within minutes. If this sounds crazy, stick around. It's going to get crazier. I'm going to use this simple magnet, the simple refrigerator magnet, and the emotions, this off of the emotion code chart. So I did not invent this. The technique I'm using today is called the emotion code, and that was invented by Dr. Bradley Nelson, a chiropractor, and people would come with the same issue every week. And he began to wonder if maybe there were unresolved trapped emotions that were causing this problem to stay in the body. Sure enough, he developed this technique called the emotion code and the body code, where you can release unresolved negative emotions that are stuck in the body. So Dr. Bradley wrote the book, The Emotion Code, and this book is about 3 years old. It says how to release your trapped emotions for abundant health, love, and happiness. Tony Robbins wrote the foreword on this book, and Dr. Bradley is helping thousands of people all over the world. The cool thing is, I was certified by Dr. Brad. So let's see who's here. My buddy Amber is here, and Pat is watching. Okay, great. So Amber says, oh yes, this resonates with me so much. I have heard all of those things growing up. Okay, good. And I know Amber has children, so I hope and pray that you are not doing this to your own children. Let the cycle stop, break the cycle with you. Okay, so for my Facebook viewers, I have this really cool gift today. It's my ultimate emotional eating assessment. And this is a 4-page assessment. You can see there's 25 things here. These pictures, beautiful colors. And what the assessment, why do you want this assessment? You know, some people reach for food. They feel these strong emotions. They feel these uncomfortable feelings. And the first thing they do is reach for food. And maybe they don't know why. Maybe they don't know what triggered them to reach for food. So this assessment is going to help you identify the triggers that are causing your emotional eating. And once you take the assessment, you know, the first step in any healing journey is to identify your patterns of what you do and when you do it. And when you take this assessment, it'll help you identify your triggers. So to get this free gift, the Ultimate Emotional Eating Checklist, go to theshiftingsand.com/free gift. And that's theshiftingsand.com/free gift. Okay, great. So let me share a few success stories with you. I worked with a woman who had extreme discomfort in her heel. She had it for about 5 weeks. When she came to me, the discomfort level was a 6. In the first session, we got the discomfort from a 6 down to a 2. She came back a week later, and then we got the 2 down to a 0. So it's amazing what the emotion code can do for discomfort and physical challenges. I worked with a little dog who was so nervous in the car. Yes, we can work with animals, and I just love working on animals. And the owner travels from Michigan to Florida every year and would have to give her little dog tranquilizers. I worked on the dog a couple times. Now the dog isn't anxious anymore. She's fine in the car. The owner's happy. The dog is happy. Everyone's happy, so it makes for a nice trip. I worked with a young woman who really struggled with procrastination and lack of motivation. She wanted to complete this dog trainer, to be certified as a dog trainer, but she lacked the motivation to do the work. We cleared all of the imbalances and the blocks that were stopping her from taking action. And now I'm happy to report she's a certified dog trainer. So this technique works great for procrastination and motivation issues. I know if you're a business owner and you're watching, sometimes that's the biggest thing as business owners we struggle with is procrastination. So think of something sad, scary, or traumatic that happened. And it could be yesterday or it could be years ago. And when you think of that event, what emotion comes to mind? Is it sadness, happiness, grief, frustration, disappointment? And give that emotion a number, a 0 to 10. 0, it's not there at all, and 10, it's at the worst. The fact that you could give this emotion a number means that it's never been fully processed and released. This is what we call a trapped emotion that is stuck in your body. So today, we're going to eliminate the habit of always continuing to eat, even when you feel full, or feeling like you have to clean your plate. So if you volunteer today, there's no embarrassment. You won't have to reveal any details from your past. I will identify the emotion and delete it within minutes. I'm going to identify the emotion off of the charts that I'm using. And then I use the magnet, the refrigerator magnet, when I run it over the governing meridian, it neutralizes the frequency of the emotion. So how does this work? You know the expression, we're all connected. So energetically, we're all connected. It's like this big internet web, a pretend thread. And before I work with someone, I get her permission to access her subconscious mind. And her subconscious mind knows everything. It knows what happened, it knows when it happened, and it knows what emotions are triggering this behavior. So if you have a tendency to overeat or to continue to eat when you feel full, the law of attraction is going to give you more of that because you're sort of vibrating that frequency. And today, when we clear the negative emotions, you'll be vibrating at a new frequency, and then the law of attraction can match your new vibration. So my job is the mechanical connection. You can only ask the subconscious yes or no questions. And my skill is finding the correct yes or no answer. So I use the kinesiology testing, or many people know it as muscle testing. I use this ring and ring method. And once I connect with the volunteer or the client, my body sort of pushes itself aside. And when I do the muscle testing, my body knows that I'm testing for the client or the volunteer. So when my fingers are together, that's strong, that's a yes, okay? When they come apart, that's weak, that's a no. So when I become a proxy for the volunteer or the client, I will ask her subconscious questions. I'm not guessing at anything. I'm not psychic. Her subconscious mind is telling my subconscious mind when to lock for a yes. This may appear very weird, but I've helped a lot of people with this technique. So if you would like to volunteer today, give me your permission and tell me what the issue is, your emotional eating issue. That's hard to say. Whether it's having to clean your plate, continuing to eat even when you feel full, or maybe you're someone that doesn't know what feeling satisfied feels like, so you eat until you feel stuffed to know that you are full. Okay. So if you just joined us, I have this amazing ultimate emotional eating checklist here that you can get as a free gift. And this is a 4-page brochure. And this will help you identify what triggers your emotional eating. Are you eating when you're angry, when you're bored, when you're anxious? Do you eat to fill a void? Are you lonely? So when you take this assessment, the first step in any healing journey is to identify when you do something and why you do it. So to get the free gift, go to theshiftingsand.com/free gift. That's theshiftingsand.com/free gift. Okay, I'll get a little water here. Okay, so Amber is volunteering. Great. And Amber says, I don't know what feeling satisfied feels like. Okay, great. A lot of people have that issue, and it stems from, as a child, being forced to eat when you're not hungry, or being forced to eat food you don't like. And so what happens is, as children, we never learn to trust the signals from our body. And then as adults, because we've never learned how to trust those signals, we don't even know what it feels like to be satisfied. So this will be fun to clear this for Amber. I see that my friend Lori is watching. Hi, Lori. Okay, so Amber doesn't know what feeling satisfied feels like. Great. Okay, let me take a minute to connect with Amber. Okay, my name is Amber. My name is Juanita. So I have a strong connection now with Amber. What is the severity for Amber that she doesn't know what feeling satisfied feels like? Is this a 10? Yes. Okay, good. My goal is to get this 10 to a 0 today. Now, when I work with my clients that have emotional eating issues, today I'm just demonstrating the technique in a quickie 10-minute session. And sometimes emotional eating, there's lots of layers that you have to uncover. And so if you notice that it didn't go away the next day, it doesn't mean that what we did didn't work. It just means that there's other layers, other trapped emotions, other blocks, other core beliefs that need to be released before you can completely get rid of this habit. So I always like to tell that to my emotional eating clients when I work with them. Okay, Amber. So I have this emotion code chart, and I'm going to ask, is it on the left? Is it on the right? Is it odd numbers? Is it even numbers? And then eventually I narrow it down to the exact emotions that are triggering Amber, that are causing her not to know what feeling satisfied feels like. And maybe for Amber, we would have to release some of these other things that happened to her. Like maybe she was told just to clean her plate. So maybe there's a whole different set of emotions that we would have to release for that. Or maybe she was punished if she refused to eat something that she absolutely hated. And that would be another set of emotions. So, there's lots of different components to emotional eating. But today we're going to focus on not knowing what feeling satisfied feels like. Great. Okay. How many trapped emotions? There's 10. Is it row 1? Yes. Sometimes they're all in one row. Sometimes they're all over the place. Okay, Amber, we're going to change your life. We set the intention to release a trapped emotion of abandonment, betrayal, forlorn, lost, love unreceived, effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity, overjoy, vulnerability. Good. All right, the next category is called absorbed. And you know how sometimes you walk into a room and the energy feels a little off? You can absorb emotions, negative emotions from other people, and then they get stuck in your body. So we definitely want to get rid of those. Does Amber have any absorbed? Yes. How many? 1? Okay. More than 1? No. Okay. Is it odd numbers? Is it B2? Is it failure? Helplessness? Hopelessness? Okay. Here we go. We're going to release absorbed hopelessness. Now, sometimes with absorbed, you need to swipe between 30 and 50 times. So I had to swipe 50 times for Amber for that one. Okay. Did we release the absorbed hopelessness? Yes. Good. Okay. How many stress-related emotions? Are there 5? No. Are there 10? Okay. Are there 10? Good. Column C, column B, odd numbers, B2. Okay, B2, okay. Is the rest in column B? Yes. Odd numbers, B4, okay. All right, here we go, Amber. Releasing loss of pride, failure, hemmed in, used, put upon, abandoned, sadness, blasphemy, frustration, and resentment. Good. Okay. Are there any hidden trapped emotions? Yes. How many? Is there one? Okay. Sometimes something can be hidden, but then when we ask if it's hidden, then it's not hidden anymore. Okay, is it on the left? Is it odd numbers? A2, is it anxiety, despair, disgust? We set the intention to release the hidden trapped emotion of disgust. Okay, so just like you can inherit brown hair and brown eyes, you can inherit trapped emotions from your parents and your ancestors that have been passed down to generation. So let's see if Amber has any inherited trapped emotions that are causing her not to know what feeling satisfied feels like. Are there any inherited? Yes. How many? One? More than one? No, one. Okay. Is it on the left? Odd numbers? Is it B2? Is it failure? Helplessness? Hopelessness? Hopelessness again. Okay. Hopelessness. Is this from the mom? No, from the dad. Okay. We set the intention to release the inherited trapped emotion of hopelessness coming from the dad and being passed down to Amber. Okay. The next category, we call it a vibrational resonance, and we like to use the analogy of a bell. Sometimes trapped emotions, they get stuck in the body and maybe they're processed a little bit, but they're still sort of ringing like a bell might be doing. Does Amber have any vibrational resonance? Yes. How many? More than one? Is it 5? Okay. Okay. There's 5. Okay. Column A. Odd numbers. B1. Is it odd numbers? B1. Okay. We set the intention to release the vibrational resonance of effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity, overjoy, and vulnerability. Great. Now the next group is called prenatal, and sometimes the fetus can either feel trapped emotions that get stuck in their body, or they can absorb something from one of the parents. Does Amber have a prenatal trapped emotion that's causing her not to know what feeling satisfied feels like? Yes. Okay. How many? Is more than one? No, just one. Okay. So on the left, yes, odd numbers, A2, A4, A6, okay. So humiliation, jealousy, longing, lust, overwhelm. Is this Amber's? No. Was this absorbed from the mom? Yes. Okay, great. So we set the intention to release the prenatal trapped emotion of overwhelm coming from the mom, being passed down to Amber. Great. Do we release prenatal overwhelm? Yes. So the next group is called the compound, and think of two energies that combine together to form a new emotion. So when you think of red and white, it combines to make pink. Does Amber have a compound? Yes. Are there two emotions in this compound? Yes. Okay. On the left, odd numbers, B1. Okay, is it effort unreceived? Heartache is the first one. Next one, insecurity, overjoy, vulnerability. All right, we release the compound heartache and vulnerability. Sometimes you can have an inherited compound. Does Amber have an inherited compound? Yes. Are there two emotions in this compound? Yes. Okay. All right. On the left, is it odd numbers? Is it B1? Effort unreceived. And heartache. Was this inherited from the mom? Yes. We set the intention to release the inherited compound of effort unreceived and heartache coming from the mom, being passed down to Amber. Okay, the next group is called the heart wall emotion, and sometimes we gather up all the trapped emotions that are in our body and we pull them in front of the heart to protect the heart, and that's called a heart wall emotion. Let's see if Amber has any heart wall emotions that are contributing to her not knowing what feeling satisfied feels like. Does Amber have any heart wall emotions? Yes. Are there 10? No. More than 10? Yes. 15? No. 20? 20 heart wall emotions. Okay. Row 1, yes. Row 2, yes. All right, Amber, here we go. We set the intention to release the heart wall emotion of abandonment, betrayal, forlorn, lost, love unreceived, effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity, overjoy, vulnerability, heart wall emotion of anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, and low self-esteem. Great. Is there a core belief that's causing Amber to not know what feeling satisfied feels like? No. Is there a core belief? No. Is there anything else affecting Amber not knowing what feeling satisfied feels like? No. What was the severity when we started? Was it a 10? Yes. What is it now? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yay. Okay. This is so cool. I just love this work. All right, let's see. That took about between 10 and 12 minutes to clear all of the emotions that were affecting Amber from not feeling what satisfied feels like when she eats. How many trapped emotions did we release? 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Wow. That is so cool. Amber, I can't wait to hear the shift for you. Let us know if you felt something during the clearing, and keep me updated that if now when you start to eat, if you can tune in to know what feeling satisfied feels like. Great. Well, thank you, Amber, for volunteering. Let me disconnect from Amber. My name is Juanita. My name is Amber. My name is Juanita. Okay, I see Lori is here. Here's a couple comments from Amber. She says, this is so interesting. Thank you so much. Okay, you're welcome, Amber. That was pretty cool to release that for you. Good. Okay. I worked with a woman who couldn't eat dairy. And here's a situation where we wanted to add a food. She didn't want to give up the ice cream. When she would eat the dairy, it would make her bloated, and she would have gas. So we released all of the blocks that were causing her body to negatively react when she ate dairy. I worked with a woman who couldn't find a job she loved. She was a holistic doctor, and she really wanted to find something she loved in her field. There were a lot of blocks that were stopping money and abundance from coming to her. So I worked with her, and over time we were able to release all of those blocks, those subconscious blocks. And now, in the past couple weeks, she's gotten 2 job offers. So that's pretty exciting. I worked with a man who always reacted quickly with anger, and he would be driving, people would cut him off, and he'd give them the finger, he'd yell at them. And then he had a new girlfriend. Things would escalate quickly into anger when they would have a fight. So I worked with him, and then we were able to release all of his things from childhood that were causing this behavior. And now he said, you know, Juanita, I don't do that anymore. People cut me off. I say, oh, well. And now he and his girlfriend, they can sit down and talk about things. So it's amazing all the things that the emotion code can work on. So you saw what I could do in about 12 minutes with Amber. You can imagine what I can do in a 30-minute session. So you might be thinking, you know, I eat when I'm angry, or I eat when I'm bored, or I eat when I'm lonely, or I eat when I'm anxious. I would welcome the opportunity to work with you, to use the emotion code, release the trapped emotions and imbalances that are triggering this behavior. I make it very easy for you. I send you a checklist so you can check off the things you want to work on. And we meet on the phone. Even I use, like today, I didn't need to see the volunteer. And with my international clients, I use WhatsApp. So you can be comfortable. I don't need to see you. So to book a session with me, go to theshiftingsand.com. That's theshiftingsand.com. Great. So let me see if there's any other comments or questions. Amber said she got chills when I was doing the clearing, and that's often very common. People might get chills, they might feel tingling sensation, they might feel energy flowing through their body. Some people yawn a lot, so it means the body is releasing these trapped emotions that she's carried with her since she was a little girl, probably. All right, so thank you very much for sharing a part of your day with me today. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned the power of the emotion code and how it can help you with your emotional eating issues. I'm Juanita Ecker, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye now.